Hello, everyone. Just got done recording some Mass Effect 3. I'm actually onto that game now. I want to say about 60% done with it. But anyways, I won't get into that because that's not what we're here to discuss and address. This has to do with JoySparkleBS. Now, I'm not calling her out to shit on her or to give her a hard time or anything like that. It's a matter of she needs to kind of dial back a bit on how she's handling the whole Daddyof5 thing because, I mean, let's look here. Look at all these videos that she's got on the subject. It's like, you're not necessarily beating a dead horse. It's just, people's assumptions vary from, you're damaging Rose's efforts to keep her kids, as well as get the court case moving in her favor, while also saying things that may be construed as slander, from what I've been reading in some of the comments and whatnot. So it's like you have to be careful about what you say, and you just popping these videos out left and right, because that's all you've talked about for, how long has it been now? Almost a week? Roughly a week? You've been talking about either something related to Daddyof5 or Daddyof5 related things that happen, like Suit Yourself, and even your own channel were targeted, that was bullshit. I completely agree, that was bullshit, and, of course, all these channels were brought back up, but here's the thing. You need to slow it down. You need to really think about what you say and what you do when it comes to this stuff, because there are reasons why people don't pop out video after video after video on a certain subject. They say one, they get their piece out, they spread the message, and it's a go. That's all that needs to be done. What you're doing is essentially what it boils down to is having the best intentions and getting the wrong results. That is essentially what you're doing, or what you're doing will eventually lead to, or may lead to. I'm not saying that for certain. It won't for certain lead there, but there is the inherent risk in the way that you do this. So anyways, I'm going to essentially cover this whole video. It's only 7 minutes, 50 seconds. I'll try to be as to the point as possible. I know I ramble a lot in some of these videos that make it end up being an hour long to cover like a 10-minute video, but I will try to be as to the point as possible. Anyways,
JoySparkleBS, I need to apologize. It's really, really late. It's Friday at 1 a.m. I was going to put up more videos today, but I had things that took precedent that were way more important, and I may be talking about that in the next couple days. We shall see. But I'm going to put up a few videos today because I said I have information to release from Tim Conlon. And
actually, hold on. Let me fast forward a bit because I want to cover the entire video. I just want to get the parts that I feel are worth addressing.
That's another one. And the biggest one I've had is it's a dead topic. She already got the custody, leave it alone. This is where some of you are clearly either misguided, misunderstood, or do not understand the laws and how things work.
No, we understand the laws perfectly. I think people have the basic knowledge, the basic idea to go and look up what emergency custody is. And that it's abundantly clear that why she has emergency custody is taking place. It's because, okay, the court sees this. It's like, okay, we need to stop and let's leave them where they're at. And the court needs to decide, okay, should she get custody or should the Daddyof5 and Mommy, I forget their damn names. I think the mother's name is Heather, I think, and the other guy's like Michael or Martin or some shit. But I've been out of the loop on this thing for quite a bit. But essentially, it's the court is leaving them where they're at so that they can determine if these two parents are too dangerous, which I firmly believe they will side with Rose, but at the same time, what you're doing is going to complicate that. So no, it's not people misunderstanding anything. It's you misunderstanding why people are coming at you and saying, like, hey, Joy, slow it down, stop. Maybe they're not conveying it in the best way possible. Maybe they're being a little too aggressive. But hey, you know what? It's like you need to stop because you're not taking the time to actually think for a minute. Like, okay, why are people getting at me? Like, you really, 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 really need to think about it. You're a smart person. I know you are. I'm not trying to say you're dumb. I'm just saying you're letting your emotions get the better of you, and it's perfectly understandable. This is a very emotional topic. It's something that will bring out people's passions to protect kids and such. So I get it. I do. I'm not belittling you. I'm not trying to do that at all. I'm telling you, people are calling you out for a reason, and you're not seeing those reasons because of your emotional push into this whole thing, which is perfectly human. It's perfectly understandable. However, you yourself need to come to these terms on your own.
So let me explain. Rose has temporary custody. Sorry, I've got something in my eye, and I'm not going to edit this because I'm tired.
Actually, I can perfectly relate to that. That shit happens to me more times than I care to admit.
Okay. Rose has temporary custody. She goes to court today, so it's Friday. Today, she will be going back to court to get full custody. Until she has full custody, this is important to me. So I didn't stop it.
Hey, it's important to all of us. All of us that have made 1 or 2 or a dozen videos. It's important to all of us. There's a reason why we made these videos. And I think you, of all people, should be able to understand that.
Temporary custody, because that's not where it needed to stop. Because I told everybody I want to make sure these kids are safe. And I'm going to give my word to that. You know, I talked about this subject when it was a dead subject and people laughed and said, stop, you're beating a dead horse. And then it resurfaced again because things happened. And part of the reason things happened is because we had enough resilient voices who didn't just give in to what was trendy. We spoke from our hearts and did things because we actually care about the children involved.
The perception of the way you're doing it is why people are saying you're being trendy, you're beating a dead horse, or you're doing it for the money, or whatever. It's the perception. I believe you when you say that you're not doing it for the money or the views or whatever. I believe you. However, I can't speak for everybody else that's going to perceive that as as somebody who is, quite honestly, making a lot of videos on the same subject over and over again. Their perception is perfectly understandable. I completely get why people are perceiving this. So, perception is reality to a lot of people.
And that's how I feel. And a lot of people have said this is none of your business. You know, to me, a child that's getting hurt is my business.
Alright, a lot of the comments I read, it has nothing to do with this is none of your business. It has a lot to do with, hey, actually, in fact, there was a comment I saw from Madwoman Muses. Might be down here a bit. Oh yeah, pause the video, read this comment, because again, that whole perception thing I brought up earlier. Where is Madwoman Muses' comment, or is it at the top? I don't want to take up too much. Oh, unless it's actually on this video itself. Aha! There it was. It was hidden the entire time. Joy, I have no clue if you're going to see this, as it's going to be buried in a mire of comments soon, but I used to work for attorneys. You have to watch what you say and how you title your videos and only release verifiable information, basically information that you can prove. All of these 75-plus videos can be used against Rose in the custody battles because it looks as if some is obsessing on her behalf. Exactly. Again, perception. This is a perilous time for Rose, and continuing to toss out alleged facts around, making tons of videos a day, can stand the chance of hurting what we are doing and not helping. Again, your intentions are completely correct and right. However, the way you're going about it is potentially damaging. Please calm down, wait until you have verified information, and change some of the titles of the videos that looks like you are accusing Heather and Mike of fleeing and other things. This can be construed as slander, and slander, it's not something we want these two idiots to have. We don't want them to have that as a defensible thing in court.
And furthermore, not only is that my business, I have now spoken with Rose, and I've spoken a few times with the attorney, Tim Conlon. So I do take it personally. When children are being hurt, I take it personally.
So do I. I have siblings. I have friends that have kids, too, that I care about. A lot of people are taking this personally. You're not the only one. And I'm not saying that you're implying that you're the only one. I'm just saying that a lot of people are of the same mind as you. And you need to take that into consideration when you're doing what you do.
If you don't, that's your business. To me, you are the strange one. But I'm not going to put you down for it. I'm just going to say that's not something I understand. But that's one of the things I wanted to address, is that people have been saying, I'm beating a dead topic, I need to let it go, I need to let it go. I will let it go, and I know the kids are okay. And there's more than one step to that, and I'm not going to get into that yet. But I want to make sure these kids are okay. And the mother does not quite yet have full custody over these children. And as Madwoman Muses pointed out, you keep going the way you're going, she may not get that custody. And that's what I'm worried about. So I'm going to keep reporting, and I'm going to keep putting things out. And here's the other thing, guys. If you've been following me for a long time, you know. People used to bitch about my videos being too long. So I thought, okay, let me try to put it in a format where I'm just giving out I'll keep putting out bits of information. But here's the other thing, guys. And I've said this. Okay, define too long, because I upload videos that are up to an hour long. And I've had zero complaints. Zero complaints. Yes, I know I don't get as many views as she does. I don't have as many subs as she does.
but I don't see too many complaints. And I've seen other YouTubers upload videos that are a certain length, and it really depends upon the content in said video. That's probably why people were bitching and complaining, because if you keep repeating yourself, which is something I'm guilty of, I'll fully admit that I sometimes repeat myself, then it's just a matter of editing, doing some more editing, getting the unnecessary bits out. It's like, oh, I already covered that point. Well, I can cut that part out and, have a little jump cut. That's perfectly fine. And even still, if you're trying to cut down on the length, like how long are each of these videos? 4, 7 minutes, 11 minutes, 4 minutes, 54 seconds, 10:59, 4:34. Yeah, see that's about as long as a Vine video. So I can make a reasonable guess that people bitching about the length of your videos may have been complaining about them just being too long and not having enough in them, and shortening them to these little tidbit clips and whatnot. That's not the best way to go about doing it. I will tell you how to run your channel. By all means, I will not tell you how to run your channel. I will simply suggest. In fact, this entire video is more of a suggestion with a heavy, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not trying to pressure you to do something I want you to do, because I will not force you to do anything. Nobody will force you to do anything. They try to, they're wrong. That's not how you do this. I'm trying to negotiate harshly, I guess, is the best way I could put it, is harshly negotiate. You change your methods. As somebody who does like you and does admire you and does respect you, I will also call you out when I need to call you out. And I call you out because I care. Not because I want to shun you for the sake of shitting on you. You're a smart individual. You've done a lot of good, especially with the Onision shit. You've done a lot of good there. But sometimes you just need to take a little step back and let things play out.
This so many times, but I'm going to go ahead and state this again. I will not forever be doing 4, 5, 8, 10 videos a day.
And no one should really think that.
But as information has come out that I thought was important, I put it out when I could. Because I think to raise up as much awareness as we can to get these children back into a safe place is what I'm here to do.
As soon as the mainstream media got a hold of this, that was pretty much the done deal. That is when everybody should just kind of take a step back and let things roll out. Or rather, the court is now in session. Well, not actually in session. It's 8:18, so federal employees are no longer working right now. Plus, it's also a Saturday. Although I don't know how courts work in terms of the work weekends. But I want to say they operate on business days, but I could be completely wrong. But anyways, the court is now taking custody of this thing. They're going to decide what's what based on testimonies, allegations, blah blah blah. We have done our part. We as YouTubers have done our part. We get the word out. The word is hit somewhere where it's going to have an impact. Congratulations. Let's just wait and see how things play out. What you're doing isn't helping. I can tell you that much. It's not helping. And at the possible worst, it could be hurting. At the very least, it's doing nothing. So I'm not saying you're wasting your time, but I'm saying you're kind of wasting your time.
That is all I care about right now. And on top of that, as I've said before, and I will say it again, the majority of the money that I'm making for this will be donated, and I now know where I want to donate it to. It's going to go directly to the fund for Rose to help the kids get everything they need. Because, guys, you can imagine, I spoke with Tim about this, how much money it's costing. And a lot of it, Tim is literally just giving her money out of his pocket. Chambers gave money out of Chambers' pocket. And I'm going to start doing some math because I'm still pulling in a lot, not a lot, but I'm still pulling in revenue from the videos. So I have to sit and do the math and figure out what's what, and then put up receipts and do calculations, and I will be there soon. I will be.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's my question to you. You keep popping these videos out. People obviously have a problem. So wouldn't logic dictate that they're going to watch your videos? Let's be like, oh, Daddyof5 video. All right, yeah, I'm not watching it because I know it's just Joy popping out another video that may or may not have something that's relevant or what have you. Or would it not be better to make a video about a different topic, to talk about whatever the hell, like the Delta Airlines having their customer issue or whatever? I don't really know shit about that. I didn't read up on that, but excuse me. You can make a video on that, something new, fresh, that's relevant, get views, more views than you would with this video, and use the money off of that to say that I'm raising it, or the money that goes into this video, X amount of it's going towards Rose's custody fight. Can you not do that? Is that impossible to do? You don't necessarily have to talk about the subject to actually assist in the efforts that you want to assist in. Maybe a different approach is something you should consider. Make videos about other topics, and then, let people know that, hey, the money in this video is going towards the fund, which would encourage them to share said video, have more people watch it, they'll share it, and then they'll share it, and then they'll share it, and on it goes. I'm kind of wondering if this, I want to assume this has crossed your mind, but come on now. Come on, just think for a moment.
We'll be getting around to that very, very soon. But yeah, I genuinely care. I care because I don't want anybody to have to go through what I went through and maybe what you've went through who's watching, because people were uneducated.
And no one's disputing that you don't care. No, or disputing that you care. We all can agree that you care. You clearly have shown that you care. No one's disputing that. It's just your methods of caring are what's the problem. People aren't saying you're heartless or that if you back out you're going to be heartless or whatever. People are saying that, yes, we get it, you care, you do, you've shown it, you've proven it, but are you making the appropriate decision? Are you making the appropriate actions? Because there's a thing between right and wrong and appropriate and inappropriate. What you're doing is right, but it's inappropriate. Or rather, it's not you are correct, but you are not as correct as you could be or as you should be.
I'm going to put this out there. I believe Mike Martin doesn't know that what he's doing is wrong. I think Heather probably knows a little more. I think she has more of an understanding, but I don't think they fully understand that what they're doing is wrong, because I can't tell you how many white trash people I've talked to, white trash parents like this. They have no concept, no clue. Now, one issue is that they don't care to know. They don't want to know, they don't care. But my biggest thing, guys, is that I want to educate as many people as I can that this is not okay to do to children and the damage that it does. So we can avoid other kids having fucking anxiety disorders and panic attacks and what have you.
Okay, barring the occasional troll here and there at fucking Keemstar, no one's really sticking up for these people. In fact, a lot of the skeptical people have pretty much turned on them. I've seen, like, the support for Rose and the people against Daddyof5 and whatnot has grown tremendously. It's only gotten bigger as time has gone on, so I don't quite understand where that point came from.
So yeah, I wanted to bring that up. So there is court. It is going to be today, and I'm going to be on pins and needles until I figure out if these kids are safely back with Rose, as I believe they should be, because she, in my opinion, has shown the action and stepped up to be the more capable parent out of the 2 or 3, I guess, with Heather involved. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there. I'm not going to rest until I know they're okay. And if you have a problem with that and you don't like all the videos I'm putting out, then you might want to unsub. And it's not because I don't appreciate your support. It's not because I don't want to take in your advice. But like I said, rest assured, I need a break. Monday and Tuesday are supposed to be my break, and they were my big days. I didn't even mean to have that happen. I will be taking a break soon. As you guys know, a big thing will happen. I'll go at it for a while, and then I'll take a week or so off. That's kind of like what I've done. So I will at some point be taking a big break because I need it.
And by all means, yeah, you deserve it. I mean, I'm not taking away the efforts that you put forward and that you're trying to put forward. I'm not disputing. No one should be disputing that. Nobody should be telling you that what you've done has been bad. It's what you're doing now is what's raising concerns from people, being like, Joy, kind of slow down a little, okay? Just slow down. Cover different topics. There are other things going on in the world. Yes, we know that you care. There is irrefutable evidence that you care about what happens to these kids. A lot of people are banking, quite literally and metaphorically, banking on Emma and Cody getting over to Rose. And we all want that. However, what you're doing might be a problem. Not saying it will be a problem because it's speculation, but evidence suggests, or rather speculation suggests that yes, what you're doing is going to be a problem down the line. And you don't want that. You've said it yourself. You do not want that. However, you need to realize that with what you're doing, that fear of yours may become a reality. Again, the worst things happen from the best intentions.
I will be shifting focus, and I will not be making this many videos, but for right now, while information needs to get out, and as I see fit, I will put it out there. And I want to say a big thank you to every single person that has helped in this process. Every single person. Because I had some people bitching saying, well, we're not going to give you credit for what's going on. You didn't save those kids. I'm like, you're right, I didn't. And I've said it from day one. I didn't. This was a community effort. Yes, we all had our roles to play. Everybody had a different piece to the puzzle to offer. But I am just so grateful and happy that there were so many people who cared and stepped up and tried to help. And just, life's awesome. That's awesome that a community can come together and help kids.
And yeah, I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like, it's like, as somebody who's subscribed to you, who supports you, and who likes you, sometimes you gotta be the person that says, hey, look, maybe you should take a step back. Because it's easy to bitch about Onision. It's easy to bitch about Keemstar, Daddyof5, Mommy of 5, Bill O'Reilly, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of hateable people that are easy to just yap at and just give them a piece of your mind. When it comes to the people you like, it's a bit more difficult because you have that inclination of, I like you, I don't want to shit on you, and I'm doing a hand gesture that implies I'm flipping you off, but that's just because my wrist is sore as shit. Probably from the workout I did. Like, my form is just fucking off. I'm trying to get back into shape, and I'm hurting myself doing it. But anyways, back on topic. But it's hard, it's a little bit more difficult to come at somebody that you like and you care about, and you want them to know that, like, hey, look, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm trying to be like, hey, come on, come here. Let's have a little one-on-one session here. Let's talk. Let's get some shit out the way, and let's come to an understanding. Because I care about you. I care about your channel, and I care about, you know, your ability to grow and expand as a channel and as a person. So let me have this 1v1, or not necessarily 1v1. It's more of a one-way communication. But, you know, hey, if you decide to do a live stream and let me in, that'd be fucking awesome. It's more about being diplomatic and less diplomatic and aggression. It's about managing those two, because you want to hit the hard points, or you want to hit the points, and you want to hit them hard, and you want to be assertive, but not too assertive to the point that you feel like, well, I'm just shitting on you, like, you know, fuck you, you're a bitch, blah blah blah. Like, I don't want to be that guy, and I'm probably not making the best video I possibly could on coming at you. And there are other people that have made better videos, other people that have made worse videos. Base Mama made a video about you, and I agree with her points, but I felt like that she was maybe a little too harsh. But otherwise, she hit the nail on the head. I think any insults directed towards you are unnecessary. I don't want to insult you. I don't want to, you know, bring in the whole name-calling thing. I just want you to know that, hey, we're calling you out because we care. We care about Emma and Cody. Some of us just care about Emma and Cody, and, you know, for people, some people don't like you. That's their prerogative. That's their mindset. Other people like you. They like what you've done, and they also like, you know, they want Emma and Cody to get to Rose. But at the same time, we have to be the ones that say, hey, look, we get it. You're passionate, but sometimes emotion and logic, they don't work together so well sometimes. Emotion drives us to do the things that we do. However, logic is like, all right, well, let's do it this way because that will get the effect that we desire. Emotion's like, no, get it done now. Get it done now. Do it. Like, press all the videos out. Press them all out. And, you know, logic will tell you to be calm, collected, and think. Emotion will tell you to be hard-hitting and aggressive. It's balancing those two out. And I know I'm not trying to sound like a psychologist, because I am not a psychologist by any stretch of the imagination. I do, however, have an interest in the field, but I am not a licensed psychologist, psychiatrist, or anything of that sort.
Kids like that. That's awesome. I don't do things because it's trendy. If that were the case, I would have stopped talking about this a while ago.
And I believe you. I will admit, I believe you. I don't think you're doing this to be trendy. I think your intentions are to help Emma and Cody. It's just that people's perception of you is that you're not doing it in the best way possible, and I agree with them. If I don't agree with them, I understand why they think that way, because I know some people are coming at you in the wrong way, and again, I might not be coming at you with this issue in the best way possible, but I'm trying to be as diplomatic as I possibly can. And again, this video is 24 minutes long, a little bit shorter, or a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but not as long as it normally could have been.
I do things because I go with my gut, and I go with what I'm passionate about and what feels right and how I can help people. It doesn't always work out, but life isn't always about having everything perfectly work the way you want. Life is just about attempting and trying your best. And if it fails, it fails. And I'm anxious. I'm anxious to see what happens today. Like, I will personally take this very, very hard if these kids aren't okay, but I'm very confident in the legal system. I'm confident in the police who've been helping in this situation. I'm confident things will come to light as they need to, and that's where I'm at. So I just wanted to go over some of that with you guys, and I have more information coming. So continue to be blessed yourselves and blessed others. Continue to try to find...
Okay, that's basically the end of the video. This is just kind of her saying, like, okay, you know, this is all I had to say, blah, blah, blah. I agree with her. I think the court system is going to rule in favor of Rose. However, let's not fuck that up. Okay, let's not unintentionally fuck the situation up. So I'll keep this short and sweet because I've rambled on long enough, I feel. I'm going to leave a link to this video down below. And I'll also use this video to say, like, hey, JoySparkleBS, she does upload some good content, so, give her a shout out, or not a shout out, give her a subscription and stuff like that. So it's kind of weird. I'm making a video kind of sort of being, calling someone out, but I'm also saying, like, hey, yeah, this person, they're kind of fucking up right now, but go subscribe to them. But it's not. I have no ill will towards JoySparkleBS. I think she's a wonderful human being. I think she's a nice person, and she is very well meaning. She, by every stretch of the imagination, she is well meaning, or not by every stretch of the imagination. She is by no stretch of the imagination. Okay, I just fucked that whole thing up. See, again, sometimes you mean one thing and the wrong thing comes out. I had good intentions there, but I fucked that whole sentence up. I fucked that phrase up, and now I feel like an idiot. But anyways, to get on with it before I ramble myself into another hole in the ground, JoySparkleBS, just take a moment and think about what people are saying, consider perspectives of other people, and try to listen to the ones that are actually trying to say, like, hey, Joy, we get it. Just dial it down a bit. Just dial it down a little bit, okay? We get it. You're armed and ready. You're ready to go swinging. You're ready to, bring the hammer of justice down on these two pretty shitty people based on what we've seen. We get it. We do. I get it. And I will never, ever take that away from you. However, sometimes you just need to take a breather. Which you said yourself, like you plan on taking a bit of time off, which I encourage you to go ahead and take that time off now. Hell, add in a couple extra days if you could afford it. I know I know with the YouTube ad apocalypse that's killing everybody. I know that shit's a pain in the ass. But anyway, folks, try to be nice to Joy Sparkle, but also, hit the points hard. Sometimes you just need some tough love thrown your way whenever you're screwing up. And we should do it because we care. We care about Emma and Cody. We care about Rose. And we care about this case going forward and getting the right result. And because we also care about JoySparkleBS. And if you don't really like her and you just want to shit on her, well, okay, that's your thing. Whatever. Cool. Anyway, folks, have a wonderful weekend. And I shall see you all for whatever video I upload next. I want to end this at 27:30.